My biggest fear is being a baby mama. Like, yeah, no, I can't. I'm gonna need a rock on my finger before you put a baby in my belly.
In the past, marriage was the ultimate commitment. In fact, anytime a man proposes to a woman, it seems as if the woman has eventually won in life. But today, baby mama culture is the new norm. But I am pretty sure that this shift isn't empowering at all. In fact, it is a trend that has quietly ruined our generation's view of family. In a world where millions of kids are being raised by baby mamas and baby fathers, does this mean that the idea of a traditional family has completely gone out of the window? You might be surprised how many celebrities are making this look like it's glamorous and all, and quietly indoctrinating this into the normal people's lifestyle. Just to recap what baby mama culture is, it refers to the social dynamics and the stereotypes surrounding women who have children with men that they are not in a committed relationship with, aka marriage. It often involves women raising their kids independently while the fathers may be involved to varying extents. The term almost always carries a negative connotation, suggesting drama or tension between the parents, but it also can reflect the reality of modern family structure where co-parenting happens outside traditional marriages. And in simple terms, a baby mama is a slang or a term used for a mother who gave birth out of wedlock. The woman in question does not live with the spouse and shoulders most of the responsibility by herself. But honestly, even if the woman lives with the spouse and shares the responsibility without a ring on the finger and a signed marriage certificate, a baby mama is still a baby mama. Let me give you a little bit of statistics. In 1965, 24% of the black infants and 3.1% of white infants were born to single mothers. By 1990, these rates has risen up to 64% for black infants and 18% for white infants. In 2022, however, 39.8% of all births in the US were to unmarried women, totaling 1,461,305 births. The fertility rates for unmarried women were 37.2 births per 1,000 unmarried women aged from 15 to 44. And as of 2023, approximately 15.90 million children lived with a single mother and about 3.05 million with a single father in the United States. It is worthy to note that historically, single parenthood weren't really a thing like it is now. I mean, if you're a single mom, it's usually because your partner passed away, like during the war or pandemics. It wasn't some toys people make now, and society didn't exactly make it easy for you to become a single parent. Being an unwed mother back then simply means that it was going to be rough for you and there are going to be tons of stigma, judgment, and basically no support. Imagine trying to raise a child in these circumstances. Then we fast forwarded to the Industrial Revolution. Then families started moving to big cities for work, which meant that extended family members who used to be, support system and babysitters weren't always around. And then women also started working outside the home more, which gave them a little independence, but it came with a cost and a challenge. So if you were a single mother at that time, how are you going to, take care of your kids, having no support system, no father, on site, and nobody to just simply support you? It was really, really hard back then. So single parenthood, aka baby mama, single mother, wasn't exactly a thing unless you lost your husband or something of sort. Now let us jump into the 20th century where things really started changing. So after the World War II, we saw more of single moms, but for a different reason. Men had died in the war. Then by the 60s and the 70s, you've got to the sexual resolution started, happening. People begin asking questions like, why do we have to wait until marriage to have kids? And at the same time, though, government introduced welfare programs to help struggling families, which was great, but in a kind of way, it normalized single motherhood in a way that maybe wasn't intended. Like it made it easier to survive without a partner because you had support from the government. But it also created this idea that you didn't really need, a spouse to raise a family, which was very wrong. And that brings us to the baby mama rave, which really took off in the 90s and the early 2000s. I feel like a lot of this idea was influenced by hip hop and R&B. Like think about it, how many songs mentioned baby mamas or talked about it? A lot of them, quite honestly. So some of them was just, honestly, some of them was really just reflecting reality, but it also started to glamorize the idea a bit. I mean, now baby mama culture is almost like a pop thing, it's almost like a pop culture. And here are some, I went online and I saw some of the songs between the 1990s and early 2000s that revolved around the baby mama theme. We have Baby Mama by Fantasia in 2004. Fantasia's hit celebrated the strength and resilience of single mothers, portraying them as hardworking and proud despite societal judgment. The song became an anthem for many women navigating single parenthood, and while this isn't a bad song, in fact, it is inspiring and empowering. It kind of added to the popularity of the whole baby mama idea. We also have Baby Mama by 36 Mafia in 2001. This track had a very different tone. It focused on the challenges and drama of co-parenting, and it reflected a more raw and sometimes humorous take on the baby mama dynamic. Also, there is Be a Father to Your Child by EDOG and the Bulldogs in 1991. While not specifically talking about baby mamas, the song addresses absent fathers and the importance of taking responsibility for children and indirectly shining a light on the struggles single mothers face when raising kids alone. In fact, there are tons of songs with the whole baby mama theme, but we can't get into all of that, can we? Now let us dive briefly into Hollywood. When you come into Hollywood, we have actresses like Keke Palmer, Sky Jackson, Halle Bailey, Kylie Jenner, and a whole lot of them, who has been laden with controversy while being a baby mama to their various partners. So, just in case you don't know who Keke Palmer is, she's an American actress, a singer, a television personality, and an entrepreneur who was born on August 26, 1993 in Harvey, Illinois. She began her career as a child actor and since then has become versatile, in entertaining, known for her dynamic talent and vibrant personality. And I must say, I really, really like Keke Palmer. So Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson first met in 2021, Darius Jackson being her baby father or the baby father to her child. And they began dating shortly afterwards. While Keke Palmer is famously private about her personal life, she occasionally shared glimpses of their relationships on social media. The couple appeared happy and supportive of one another, with the fans, desperately rooting for them as they kept their relationships relatively low key. However, in December 2022, Keke Palmer made a surprise and a memorable pregnancy announcement while hosting the Saturday Night Live. I mean, it blew up everybody, it blew everybody away. During her opening monologue, she unbuttoned her blazer to reveal her baby bump, saying, people have been in my comments saying Keke has having a baby, and I want to set the record straight. I am. This announcement delighted her fans and, they celebrated her into the journey of motherhood. Throughout her pregnancy, Keke radiated positivity, often sharing moments of excitement and her thoughts on becoming a mother. In February of 2023, Keke gave birth to a son, Leodils Leo Andalton Jackson. She shared her joy on social media, posting adorable photos of her newborn and videos of her and Darius bonding as new parents. Keke openly spoke about the transformative experience of motherhood, and I can vividly remember her talking about how her acne suddenly cleared up and her bum became big and all of that sort. However, this is where it got very interesting. In July of 2023, things took a dramatic turn. Keke attended an Usher concert in Las Vegas and was spotted enjoying herself as the legendary R&B singer serenaded her. Videos from the concert showed Kiki in a stunning black sheer dress with a bodysuit underneath, confidently dancing and having fun. Unfortunately, Darius Jackson, her baby father, or will I say her partner, and the father of her son, took to Twitter, popularly known as, X now, to publicly comment on the outfit. And he wrote, "It is the outfit though. You a mom. I mean, why would you address the mother of your child publicly when you could always, text her or call her if you have any problem with what she's wearing?" The tweet sparked immediate backlash with fans and celebrities criticizing Darius for publicly shaming Kiki. Many argued that his comment was controlling, sexist, and undermines Kiki's autonomy as a woman and a mother. The incident quickly went viral with people rallying behind Kiki. Social media users pointed out that her outfit was stylish and celebrated her confidence post-pregnancy. Celebrities, including many in the entertainment industry, defended her, emphasizing that motherhood does not strip a woman of her individuality or a right to self-expression, which is absolutely true. Darius, however, doubled down on his comment in his follow-up post, saying, "We live in a generation where a man of the house or a man of the family doesn't want the wife and the mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others and get told that, he's a hater or how much of a hater he is." But really, are you really the man of the house, or are you just a baby father to her child? Because I can't see any ring on Kiki's finger. How can you expect husband privileges when you're just a boyfriend or a baby daddy? Anyways, the latest information is that they have made up and they are successfully trying to co-parent their child together, which honestly is good for them. Speaking of young stars who have grown up in the spotlight and has had some baby mama controversy, is Sky Jackson. So just in case you don't know who Sky Jackson is, she's an American actress, a YouTuber, and author who gained widespread recognition for her role as Zuri in the Disney Channel series Jessie, which spanned from 2011 to 2015, and also had a spin-off, Bunked, which spanned from 2015 to 2018. She began her career as a child model and as an actress, appearing in commercials and small roles before her breakout in the Disney role. She's also well known for her active presence on social media, where she often speaks about important issues and engages with her fans. Apparently, and even before the baby mama drama with her boyfriend, it was said that Sky Jackson wasn't exactly the most pleasant of all. In fact, she has had a lot of feud with her fellow actors and peers in the acting industry and the social media industry. So apparently, she feuded with Debbie Ryan, who played Jessie on the show. And even though Sky Jackson was a kid during that moment, it was, flipped away. The whole incident was flipped away. And allegedly, things weren't all sunshine and rainbows on set because Debbie Ryan reportedly called Sky a little demon. It was also assumed that Sky accused Debbie of bullying her during set. So in this case, we don't really know who or what to actually believe. Years later was this whole mess with Danielle Bregoli, aka Bad Baby. He was a huge internet sensation at that moment, and Danielle, in her classical Danielle fashion, called out Sky Jackson and even tried to, get it on with her outside. However, Sky Jackson filed a restraining order saying that she feared for her life and that Danielle was sort of dangerous. And at that time, a lot of people were on Sky Jackson's side and they saw her as this classy, unbothered queen who wasn't, all about the whole raggedy lifestyle, not knowing that there's actually some skeleton in her cupboard. And I can't, I can't seem to understand that there's a pattern forming here. And speaking of patterns, let us talk about the drama with Beyonce's nephew, Jules. This one is quite messy because Sky dated Jules and rumors started flying that she cheated on him. And then out of nowhere, Jules leaked intimate videos of her. And let me pause this video here and say that I do not support this. I do not support this. It is absolutely disgusting and inexcusable. I do not condone the behavior at all. Leaking someone's private videos is never okay. Something you guys shared in confidence because you guys are no longer okay. You leaked it. I do not support that. But that's not even where the drama ends, because after they broke up, Jules started dating Jodie Woods, who is Jodie Woods' little sister. And suddenly, Jodie Woods is on Instagram Live, calling out someone for harassing and stalking Jodie. You know, people started connecting the dots, even though she didn't call any name, but people started connecting the dots, and it led back to Sky Jackson. And here's the kicker: Sky is an adult at the point, and Jodie was a minor. So Sky, of course, denied the allegations, but then Jules chimes in saying Sky isn't nice at all, and y'all are, she has your food. Now, let's be real. Jules isn't exactly a credible source after what happened, but he still had to ignore how messy this whole situation was. And if you thought that was the end, then think again. Let us talk about her shady behavior towards other actresses, specifically Storm Reid and Real Downs. Now, if you don't know, Storm is best known for playing Gia in Euphoria, and Real played Charlotte on Henry Danger. Both of them are doing absolutely well, and apparently that's a problem for Sky. There's been an alleged shade thrown at Real in the past, and I'm still trying to dig it up, the exact details, but I can't find anything for now. But I know for a fact that Sky Mom made a very, very direct, shady comment about Real. And as for Storm, this literally just happened. Sky indirectly accused her of copying a hairstyle she wore months ago. Like, is it that deep? I mean, doesn't everybody copy each other's hairstyle and fashion? And we cannot even forget an honorable mention, her drama with Azealia Banks. But honestly, I'm not even trying to spend too much time on that, because Azealia Banks is the queen of drama. So what is my point here? Sky Jackson is clearly a talented actress, but there is no denying that she has a history of drama and conflict. And at some point, you would have to wonder if all this energy she's putting into these feuds is directly affecting her career. Because let us be real, she's not getting booked the way she used to. Meanwhile, other actresses like Storm Reid are out here thriving, and it is hard not to see the contrast. I watched Sky's latest audition tape, and honestly, I would say that it is underwhelming. Maybe instead of focusing on her competitors, she should be focusing more on her craft. Now let us go back to her baby daddy drama with her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. I don't even know at this point. On 11th, on the 12th of November 2024, Sky Jackson announced that she's pregnant with her boyfriend DeAndre Virgin, also unpopularly known as Yerky Yerky. And I must say that's a very, very funny name. That's a very, very unserious name. At first, everyone was super excited for her because, lessons, pregnancies are a good thing. And she shared how happy she was to be starting this new chapter of her life. And, all her fans were hyped up. But then things got messy. So there is this post pops up on Facebook, on DeAndre's Facebook account, and he said something like, "I'm salty I got this dumb bee pregnant. I mean, the audacity, knowing that Sky is more popular and the more successful one. But even if she's not, who goes on social media to lambast the mother of their children unprovoked?" People went wild on social media when this happened, dragging him left, right, and center. But then Sky Jackson's mom jumped in saying that his account was hacked and he never posted it. And Sky was like, his page was hacked. End of story. And I mean, I don't know, but knowing the kind of person Yerky Yerky is, it isn't too far fetched to think that he actually wrote something of that sort on his Facebook account. And it doesn't even end there, because DeAndre went live on Facebook and things even got weirder, because he started ranting about how he's been compared to Cameron Boyce, Sky's late co-star from Jessie, and he even made some unnecessary comments about him, which rubbed people, in the wrong way. And to top it all, he announced during the live show that he is single, someone who is expecting a child with your girlfriend, allegedly. Like, sir, what are you about? You're about having a baby with Sky Jackson and you're pulling this unnecessary stupid stunt. And if that wasn't enough, let us not forget Sky's legal drama from earlier in the year. So back in August, she got arrested for allegedly being the aggressor in some altercation with DeAndre at the Universal Studio Hollywood. Thankfully, the charges were dropped in September, but that's still a lot to handle. And what I can conclude from this whole thing is that her relationship with DeAndre, aka Yeki Yeki, is really, really toxic. I don't know, but Sky seems to be doing her best to focus on her career and prepare for motherhood at this point. But this whole situation has been so messy, and honestly, I think the baby mama drama, especially with Yoki Yoki, doesn't do her good, especially for her personal life and for her career and reputation and all round. Next Disney superstar and singer, and specifically someone I really, really like, is Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey dated the rapper and YouTuber DDG from 2021 to 2024. When they unveiled their relationship, a lot of people criticized Halle for, in quotes, dating down, for dating a prankster and a low value man like DDG. And in retrospect, it seemed that the people that criticized her were actually kind of right. Well, things were looking pretty solid for them. And in December 2023, they welcomed their son Halo, which, she sang the Halo song for. But fast forward to October 2024, they broke up. DDG announced that they were going to remain friends and co-parent Halo, which sounded pretty mature. But then again, it got messy. But before we go forward, I am beginning to wonder what usually happens to or makes celebrity couples or even normal couples to break up after having a child. In November of 2024, DDG went on a live stream with this very big YouTuber, Kai Cenat, and guess who popped up on the live stream? Their 11-month-old Halo. Halle wasn't happy about it, and she basically said, I don't approve of you, bringing my baby on live stream with a lot of people seeing him and a lot of people in the room. And well, she didn't give permission. DDG though defended her because a lot of people didn't actually support, Halle for that particular situation, but DDG still defended her and said everyone should leave Halle alone. He also made it clear that he's committed to co-parenting and wants the best for their son. But the drama didn't even end there. He even said that he might want more kids with Halle in the future to avoid the whole multiple baby mama situation, which directly points to the fact that DDG was the problem why they split up, not Halle. And I mean, men can be sometimes a lot audacious. You can imagine not having a ring, a ring on her finger, but you're already making plans on how to, give her more babies. That is a lot of nerve. Halle has been really open about her struggles after Halo's birth, especially dealing with postpartum depression. She's also been using her platform to raise awareness about mental health, which is honestly really admirable. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind. Despite the split and the drama, it seems like they are both trying to, handle things as best as they could, especially for Halle's sake, while still focusing on their own careers. Honestly, though, I'm just hoping that everything, goes really well for them. I'm supporting them, whichever decision they eventually have to make. Now let us pause this long talk and get into some of the videos that I found on TikTok and people's opinion on baby mama culture.
Is getting pregnant and having a child, is that not considered a serious thing anymore? Now, I can't call this baby mama culture because it takes two to tango, so I'm going to call this broken family culture. I feel like there's an epidemic right now of a lot of people having babies and a lot of people getting pregnant with no real thought of having a family structure in mind. It's almost as if people are getting pregnant to prove a point or to try to keep somebody around. It's weird. It's weird. I'm not talking about the people who they were in a relationship or they were married or something like that, and they ended up having a baby with the person and it just didn't end up working out because a lot of people say babies change the dynamic of a relationship, but the people still try to co-parent. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people that are purposely procreating with someone in no hopes to have a family. And then either the father leaves or the mother tails off, or it's just a really environment that you're bringing a child to, and you knew you were bringing that child into that environment. And as a woman, I obviously think about pregnancy from a woman's perspective of before, during, and after. That is a lot to put your body and your mind and overall yourself through, just for anybody and anything. And I also feel like we are in a day of age where there are people that are getting pregnant, or women that are getting pregnant just to secure a bag. And they don't care how many baby daddies. They're looking at these kids as money. They're looking at them as money. And it's weird. And then the dad is not even looking at the kid at all because he don't want to be in the child's life at all. And it's like no one's thinking about what this can do to like their child in these situations, purposely creating these messed up environments for your child where they have to go back and forth between parent. And that's if the parents even like each other or care enough about each other to not argue, to not be spiteful, to just not be, a certain way towards the other parent where it interferes with the relationship with the child. The Joy Chavez and Andrea Michelle situation is one of those that you can kind of look at and kind of see this. More so the Jalen Green part. And I'm not gonna say I don't know why. I know why y'all trying to say like, oh, Jalen, she this, she that. That boy don't care. That boy know, and he don't care. This is probably someone that he's been wanting to mess with since he was younger or whatever, and he finally got to that pinnacle where he could do that. Andrea for sure don't give a damn because y'all know she want that bag at the end of the day. But just because you can financially, let me say this again. Just because you can financially take care of a child does not mean you can mentally or emotionally and physically support that child in the way that they need to be supported. You can especially take Nick Cannon for an example and all them damn kids and baby mamas that he has. And it's just like he is going on tour and trying to repopulate the world. And I just think it's just crazy. And it's like, then people always want to say, oh, well, the Bible means be fruitful. And yeah, be fruitful with one partner or at least somebody that you're married to. You going to the forest and you being fruitful with every damn body. That's not what the Bible is talking about. And I want y'all to stop using the Bible to justify y'all messed up actions, bro. Stop doing that. And I'm not going to even start on how a lot of y'all barely got your damn self, let alone you got a child. I'm not going to start on that. I'm also not going to start on how y'all think gentle parenting means not parenting your child at all. That's a different conversation for a different day. All in all, baby, close your legs, or at least think before you open your legs up about the actual outcome that comes along with opening them legs up.
So just in case you don't know, Drea Mitchell, who is 39 and the socialite, is dating Jalen Green, a 22-year-old NBA player for the Houston Rockets. That is a 17-year age gap, which is already a lot and had people really, really talking. In May of 2024, Drea and Jalen welcomed their first child together, a baby girl. But just a few months before that, in February, Jalen had another child with a 23-year-old college student named Maya. Their daughter, Peace Moira, was born on February 12th, and while Jalen and Maya weren't exactly in a serious relationship, he has reportedly stepped up as a dad and financially supports his daughter, which, that's what you should do as a father. However, what is interesting is that Drea was aware of all of this from the start, and from what we know, there is no tension or there is no drama between her and Maya. But that is not even all. Drea has also been dealing with legal drama involving her ex, NFL quarterback Tyrod Taylor. The two had broken up in 2023, but the issue is over a $3 million house in LA that Tyrod brought back in 2022. Drea claims that Tyrod verbally agreed to sell the house for $3.2 million, and then she even spent up to $270,000 on renovation. But after the breakup, Tyrod apparently tried to evict her, and she ended up filing a lawsuit. Just recently, though, a judge ruled on Tyrod's favor, so I guess he's moving forward with the eviction. Drea Mitchell and Jalen Green has faced significant public scrutiny due to their 17-year age difference, especially after announcing their relationship and subsequent pregnancy. It has looked like they're doing their thing, they don't really mind, and Jalen can, afford multiple pregnancies because he really has that bag. And I think Jalen does not really care, and Drea also does not really care because she's absolutely just wants the bag and nothing more. Critics has also expressed discomfort and disapproval, often highlighting the age gap and its implications. But I guess this review they don't give a heck. In response to the backlash, though, Drea addressed this criticism by emphasizing that their relationship is between two consenting adults, which is true. However, she stated that they were in love, and I don't know why that would rub people the wrong way. It's kind of weird. Love is love at the end of the day, she said, unquote. And Jalen Green also commented on the situation, expressing that they are unfazed by the negativity, and he mentioned that they don't care about the criticism and prefers to focus on their relationship and family. Despite the public's mixed reaction, both Drea and Jalen has maintained that they are happy together and choose to prioritize their personal lives over external opinion. And I mean, that's good for them. Props to them. Honestly, they are both adults and they are living consenting lives, even though it is quite predatory in Drea's side. That is my own opinion, because while she was 17, Jalen Green was just a baby. I mean, that's quite predatory if you ask me. But hey, they are both adults now, and that is the most important thing. Now, when it comes to Nick Cannon, that's a whole nother story on its own. Nick Cannon, who is an actor, a comedian, and a TV host, has been making headlines for years, not just for his career, but for his growing family. In fact, he has a very long family tree. As of 2025, he has 12 kids with 6 different women and has become a huge topic of conversation online and in the media. People have had a lot of opinions about Nick's growing family. Some would question how can he be a present dad to so many kids with different mothers, especially since they all don't live together. Others think it's irresponsible, even though he's financially well off. But to be very honest, I don't think finances is the only thing necessary to raise a child. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you or deny the fact that money is very, very important. In fact, it is extremely important. But in Nick Cannon's case, heck no, money is not just the solution to that problem. It's more than just finances. It has more to do with family ties, emotional compatibility, and so forth. So here's the thing though. Nick Cannon has admitted that he feels guilty about being spread thin. I mean, it's hard enough being there for only few kids. You can imagine being there for 12 kids that has 6 different mothers living in 6 different households. That's like a tour, basically trying to check up on all your kids. I don't know. The reality is that giving each child the time and attention they deserve is going to be a major challenge, and he absolutely knows it. Now, co-parenting in this situation, that's a whole nother layer of complexity. One of the moms, Abby De La Rosa, actually gave props to the other mothers for working together to make sure that the siblings get to spend time together. And I don't know, but that's really commendable if you ask me. You know, being the fact that they are different women from different backgrounds competing for the same man, in quotes, or allegedly. Well, honestly, that kind of cooperation isn't always easy, especially with so many dynamics in place. And you also have to think about the kids too. Experts have pointed out that growing up in a family like this can affect their emotional security. Like, how do you feel fully connected when your parents aren't always around each other and your siblings live in different homes? It is definitely something that could influence how they see family and relationships later on in life. Then there is this public backlash. People like Dr. Umar Johnson have been really, really critical, saying that this type of family structure can lead to dysfunction. And I don't even disagree one bit with him. However, Nick has defended his choices and said that he has personal reasons for wanting a big family, and he insists that he's doing his best to be there for all his kids. But you know, it's not always about what you want. It's about what is going to be the best for the kids long term. Personally, I think Nick Cannon is just quite a bit selfish. He's just trying to, just fulfill all his personal fantasies and all his dream, not thinking about the long-term effect it's gonna have on his family and on the kids. Now, what do I know? What do I know? He has been pretty open about why he's choosing this path, though. He says he loves being a father and he sees it as part of his legacy, especially since he dealt with serious health issues like lupus. And he doesn't believe in the traditional idea of monogamy and says all his relationships are intentional. I mean, that's good for him. Who am I to, say no to what he agrees on? At the end of the day, Nick seems content with his choices and he often shares cute moments with his kids on social media, but his lifestyle continues to divide opinions because some people see it as bold and unconventional while others just don't get it. And I am the part of the people that don't just get it. If you want a big family, you can have a big family with one woman as long as the woman agrees. There are a lot of women that want to have multiple children. Why can't you just do it to one woman instead of trying to create enmity between your children later in life?
I'm a girl's girl, so I will always try to understand a woman to her core. However, my understanding has limits. If you are a man's first baby mother, okay, like things happen, people break up, people have children young, they learn their lessons, that's fine. If you are a man's second baby mother, however, please listen to me when I say this. The first child is 10, 11, 12, 13, like, okay, I understand your thought process. It's still a no for me because I have a different vision for myself, but I definitely could see where you were going with that. Like if I were you and, I had that mindset, like I get it. If you are a man's third baby mother, because it's for some reason for me, it's always the third. That's when I'm just like, what did he say to you to convince you to do that? And the reason I want to know is because I don't ever want to come across a man that he's that good at selling his product that I get lost in the sauce and I just say, okay, I'll be a third baby mother. So yeah, it's just always the third one. Women can do what they want. Be the eighth baby mother. But it's always that third one where I'm just like, what did he say to you? What happened that night?
Being a baby mama is not a flex, and I said what I said. Well, I'd rather be a baby mama than be a miserable wife. Girl, majority of the women that be saying that, she ain't never been a wife a day in her life. She wouldn't know a good man if a good man stood in front of her and said, I'm a good man. Second of all, if she was a miserable wife, that had everything to do with her husband and nothing to do with marriage. Lastly, miserable wives can get spousal support. Ain't no such thing as baby mama and baby daddy support. Well, being a single mom is a flex because we be making it happen. 2 + 2 = 4 does not take away from the fact that 3 + 3 = 6, meaning two things can be true at the same time. Yes, by the grace of God, I am a successful single mother, but no, I do not support baby mama culture. This is what I be telling you, young ladies. There are a lot of women that you will meet that want you to be just as miserable as them. So take it from me as a single mother. As quick as he wants you to get down on both of your knees for him, he should have no issue getting down on one knee for you.
Without being said, baby mama culture has had a lot of negative consequences on our society and beyond. First off, it really messes up with the family structure. Kids who don't grow up with both parents can end up feeling a bit unstable. And I'm not saying that this is the truth for all the cases because I know adults who were kids and grew up in a single parent's household and they are really doing absolutely well for themselves. They are responsible adults right now. However, in other cases, they might struggle emotionally and might not really have the support system that they need or they crave. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not going to be easy. It's really, really tough. And when families break up like that, it's hard for the kids to stay close to both parents, especially when there's a lot of tension and drama around the co-parenting, which usually always happens when there is a split up. Children raised in homes where marriages or long-term commitment was never fully realized may have distorted views on what it means to build a family. They may not see marriage as necessary for stable family units, or they may struggle with the idea of commitment later in life. Kids raised in these environments could develop resilience, seeing single parenthood as a form of strength, or they might even rebel against what they perceive as broken family structure. How they deal with their emotions in relationships, both romantic and familial, can be affected because of how they grew up, obviously. If a child grows up in fragmental family situations, they may either choose to break the cycle and build a more stable family later in life, or they may end up just repeating the same pattern when they have children of their own, because that is what they've seen throughout their whole life. This cyclical nature is something that doesn't always get talked about. Don't even get me started on the financial side of things. Single moms who are always the bearer of the child doing single parent household, they seem to bear the financial brunt of all the things, from buying the groceries to paying the house rent and the school fees and all of that. Especially when the dad isn't chipping in consistently, it just gets harder and harder, and it's also very easy for men to just scam off and run away from the responsibility. And this isn't just a one-off issue; it can keep on happening, and it's just hard to break the cycle of that financial struggle, which gets passed down to the next generation, unfortunately. Now, what is crazy is that this culture is kind of normalized. I mean, social media can sometimes make it look like single parenthood is just how things are, but it's not how things are. The child needs both parents. It's like when we see it, it looks glamorized, kind of takes away how tough it really is to raise a child on your own. Now, what is crazy is how this culture is kind of normalized on social media. They sometimes can make it look like single parenthood is just how things are. And, they sometimes glamorize the whole situation, kind of taking out the fact that it can be really tough to raise a child on your own. And the truth is that they don't always have it easy all the time. I mean, growing up without a strong bond with both parents can really mess up a child's confidence or sense of identity. And it's not just the emotional stuff. They might even struggle in school or with relationships when they get older. And I just wanted to pause here and say that I understand that life can happen. Single parenthood isn't always people's choices. But what I'm trying to say is, in a situation where you can make the choice, I don't think single parenthood is ideal. Then it also there's also the whole co-parenting drama. It is tough enough to figure out how to raise a child, but when you're doing it in two different households with two different rules and expectations and explanations, it gets really, really messy, and the kids definitely feel it. I feel like the kids see everything. And let us not forget how social media makes it look like it is easy to be a single mom. TikTok and Instagram sometimes can make it look like you can juggle everything perfectly, forgetting that social media just shows you the highs, and they don't show you the struggle that comes with being a single parent and all of that. Well, it's not that simple. It's a lot more complicated than social media make it seem or we see online. Anyways, we've come to the end of today's video. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you care. I'd really, really appreciate it. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to share if you care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.